Okay, good evenings and family. Let me get this screen going here. We want to thank you for coming to another night with Repair, Restore, and Grow Black Communities and our podcast, Behind Black Business. And we have another special guest. And as I say, every week, all of our guests are awesome. And we have a very, very awesome guest here tonight. I'm going to put this flyer up here because I want you to see this. All right. This is Soul Delivered Southside. Davidson is our guest tonight. So Nathaniel, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we're going to be talking to Nathaniel about his business tonight. But before we get started, as you know, our RGBC, or Repair, Restore, and Grow Black Communities, we're a nonprofit organization. And we started this organization in the effort to increase the awareness and support of Black businesses that are situated within dominantly Black communities here in Chicago. And why is that important? Because the dollars need to be circulating in our community. And we have too many businesses in our communities where they're not reinvesting back into our communities. So the dollars are going out. When we have Black business, they're more likely to Black people. They are more likely to receive services from other Black people. They are more likely to offer products in their store, give Black entrepreneurs opportunities in their business. They're more likely to support a Black cause. If our organization were to go to a business for some support, we're more to get that support from a Black-owned business. And most importantly, also, I won't say most importantly, but very important, our Black businesses serve as role models for our children, and they inspire other Black entrepreneurs. When you see another Black person doing that, inspires you. Yeah, I can do that too, you know. Or as a little youngster, you're coming up and you see you go to the local restaurant. I remember when I was a kid, there was Reverend Randall. He had a restaurant on the west side on Madison. And I used to remember Reverend Randall made hamburgers and fries and steaks and all kind of always hamburger, French fries. That's what I would always order. And Reverend Randall had these big hands. You know, I used to look at his hands as a little girl, but I was just amazed at what he could do. And so you never know how children are inspired by what they see you doing, you know, and how they see you acting, you know, and what they see you saying. Asada Kirkland, who wrote a book called Beating Black Children, she obviously stated her case for not physically beating our children, but instead serving as role models for how our children should act. A lot of things that our children are doing today, they see us doing.
True.
And true. So it should be more of, you know, do as you see me do. And, you know, not just, and so being role models are very important. And we also see that, or know, we have a lot of Black businesses here in Chicago. Nathaniel and I was talking about that before we started the program. And what amazes me so much as I go out here and talk to these different businesses is how people don't know about businesses in their community.
Don't know about
Even
one of
the businesses don't know about businesses that are in their community. And some of those businesses have been in the community decades, but they'll tell me about something, a similar type of business across town over on the north side. I'm like, why don't you know about the same type of business right here in your community? And
Right.
there's nothing wrong with going to other communities to shop and experience, because, you know, I love traveling and experiencing other cultures and food, but you got to take care of home, you know.
That's
And I, a lot of the suffering that we're experiencing in our community right now is because of our lack of investment into our community at large. We take care of ourselves, we take care of our own kids, we deal with our little cliques and so on and so forth. Have left out so many other people out here, and now you're wondering why we have all this mayhem going on. So we have to reinvest back into our community. And so that's one of the reasons we started this organization. To also state, as you know, we are great supporters of our Black bookstores, Frontline Books Park, the Underground Bookstore in Chatham on East 87th Street, the Soulful Chicago Bookstore, which is located in the Pilsen area on 18th Street. There's a Semicolon in Wicker Park, Afriware, which is in Maywood, and we always include her because she's very supportive of all that we do. And I will also say, Sister Asada Kirkland, who has the Soul Chicago Book Fair, which is a combination of authors and accessibility to authors in the metaverse. So that's where she's at. Yeah, Soulful Chicago Book Fair. And so books are important. We need to be reading so that we can have an understanding of where we are and where we need to go. And so we support our bookstores, and we've had a wonderful run with Frontline Bookstore for the last. We've had 4 events which have been successful. We were able to raise dollars to help Frontline, and I believe we helped to plant some seeds in Frontline so that Frontline can become more engaged with the community, and the community will have a place to go and express themselves. I was talking with Brother Say the day, and he has so many ideas for what he wants to do at Frontline, and we will be giving him an opportunity to get on here and talk about that. But he's very excited, and he's still in the saddle, and we are very much in support of him. So please continue to support our boards. And we still have our public policy piece on the table, where we want our local schools, our local libraries, to support our Black bookstores with contracts. And that way the teachers, principals, and can have vouchers and actually purchase books at our Black-owned bookstores. So that's some of what Repair, Restore, and Grow Black Communities is about. But every Wednesday night, we bring a different business from the community onto this show. We want you to get to know all of these businesses that we have in Chicago. And so tonight we have Nathaniel Davison of Soul Delivered Southside. So Nathaniel, I am going to let you explain who or what Soul Delivered Southside is.
Well, thank you for the platform and the room to be able to get here and be able to speak to everyone here. Hello to everyone out there as well. My name is Nathaniel Davison. I help run with the Soul Deliver platform here. The Soul Deliver platform, what we do, we really just want to open the South Side up, open every South Side business up to be able to make their money. So I'll break it down to you. What the issue is when, the pandemic started a couple of years ago, like a lot of restaurants on the South Side here, they were very well known here in the community just because this is Chicago. So it's like something like
That's right.
Harold's or something like a Shark's Chicken or something like that. They're very well known, so they didn't really need like a presence online because people would know, hey, I could just go there, I can call them and put in an order or something like that. Okay, but when the pandemic hit, that went a totally different way. So how it went down, a lot of restaurants started closing down. So our goal was to basically stop that. Make sure that these restaurants that have been here, like you said before, these restaurants that have been here for decades before, make sure that they still are prospering and making their money and doing their thing, and then continuing to do what they've been doing. So the thing about it is, a lot of these restaurants, they had no online presence just because of the simple fact that it's Chicago. So if you grow up in this neighborhood or around this area, you know this restaurant, you know this store, you know this place. Oh, I love to shop here, I want to go here and shop here. You can walk into it, but once you weren't able to do that, these restaurants and these businesses just started to go down when it came to their profits and making sure they can still stay alive. So what Soul Delivered did is basically we broke it down as 7,300 different restaurants in Chicago. In the whole greater Chatham area, there are 596 restaurants. And out of those 596, there were probably before the pandemic, probably about 700 before that. So a lot of them closed down during the pandemic because they didn't have an online presence, didn't have a way to reach their customers outside of, the people that they knew, that people that have been coming there for years. But then once this hit, people didn't know, hey, could I go there or not? So what Soul Delivered did, we gave them an online presence to basically be able to knock out that third party point of view type of thing. So when it comes down to it, the third parties, like if you go into like Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, or anything like that, it doesn't matter if you put in an order for a pickup or delivery, they're still going to take 30 to 40% of that. So the thing about it is, that's not that's not helping the restaurant, because it's the thing, they would take their percentage of the money and then just send the order to you. But as the restaurant, you don't know you're not gaining the customer base. So what Soul Delivered is doing is we're giving you an online presence, and then also giving you the information that you need to know where your customers are coming from, where most of your orders are coming from, where the people are that's around you, that you're getting your most business from. So it's with Grubhub, Uber Eats, and things like that, they do not provide those to you. They don't provide the information, your customers' information, to you, so that you can build a customer base with them. All they do is like, okay, hey, we got the order, we're going to send it to you. That's all you get. The only thing you're going to see is, hey, this person, it could be Tom B, ordered 35 wings and a lemonade. That's all you're going to see. You're going to see a name, what they ordered, and where it's supposed to go. No. And honestly speaking, not even that. Not even all of them show you where they go. That's the reason why we're really doing this big, because we want to literally give every restaurant the platform to be able to get out there and make sure people know that, hey, you can order online for pickup or delivery, And then also know the restaurant will also know it's like, okay, this customer's no less than a mile away. So put them into our custom system.
Hmm.
Custom system will be able to, hey, if we're doing some deals on some food or something like that, or we're doing a great event going on in the area with that involves our restaurant, we can send you an email to let you know what's going on. Like we can send you out a text message or a call to let you know what's going on. But with the other third party companies, you don't get that because they're not providing the restaurants with their actual customer information. The only thing they're providing them with
Okay.
is the information, is the only information that they're giving the restaurant is, hey, the person's name and what they ordered. The only thing that anybody else is seeing, the driver sees where this person lives. The
Well,
other party platform, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and all of them, they see the customer's address and email address and everything like that. So they can send out full blast emails to tell you, hey, we got this, that, and the other going on. But when they do that, it's not the restaurant that's getting anything out of it. That is that platform saying that, hey, if you order a certain amount of this, we'll give you 50% off of this. The restaurant has nothing to do with those kind of deals. That's what people don't understand. The restaurant is not putting
okay.
those deals out. You see, because they have no they have no access to the information for their customers. So what we're doing, we're allowing all the restaurants that gets on with us to access to their customer information, be able to know, okay, the email address, and they get able to see that, oh, this person has ordered from us 50 times within the last 3 months. But if you were on, a third party platform, you could never know that this person's ordered from you 50 times in the last 3 months. And you would never know that this person is a very good customer. So if something does go wrong and a delivery is missed or a delivery is 30 minutes late or something like that, then the only people that are going to know about it, if you're dealing with Grubhub, Uber, and Postmates, is Grubhub, Uber, and Postmates. You would never know that something went wrong with this delivery. The only thing you would see is, oh, why was this refunded? That's the only thing you'll be seeing and thinking as the restaurant owner's like, okay, so this was $100 order, but okay, somebody left behind two pieces of mild sauce and two forks. So when somebody complained about that, Grubhub, Uber Eats, and Postmates, they'll literally just, hey, we'll go ahead and give you the refund. And then not explain to the restaurant why this
And,
was refunded at
and
all.
that way, and so in that
And
sense, the restaurant is the one that is taking the
yeah, they're toting the
loss.
note. Yeah, the
Because
restaurant is toting the note.
they have put their food out there, and they didn't get paid for their food. Now you said that like 30% off the top. Is that now, Grubhub charges and Uber Eats. Now I don't usually do a lot of ordering like that, but my daughter does all the time. And so she was saying it's expensive because you have to pay. I think there's a monthly subscription, and then you have to pay for each order.
Well,
And
with
so
that,
that 30%, how is that coming out?
when she's talking about the monthly prescription, it is Grubhub has a thing called a Grub Pass, where basically you will spend you will pay $9.99 a month for this Grub Pass, which will also take off any delivery fees. So you see, with that, what's happening is like, okay, Grubhub has already set up the contract with you and everything to get a certain amount of money. And the thing is, they allow the restaurant to set the delivery fees in order to be able to offset their fees. You see, so if the restaurant's able to, let's say if
Mhm.
Grubhub is it's charging 30%, and the restaurant decides, okay, in order for me to make up that 30% that's being lost by this order, by being through Grubhub, they decide to set the delivery fee to say $6. Let's say if they set it to $6 and then Grubhub is charging 6.50 for their delivery fee, then that means that what the restaurant is expecting is only to lose 50 cents in that. You see, But it, when
Mhm.
it comes down to it, when you're using Grubhub and Uber Eats and all that, when you use them, they're taking 30% instantly of everything. It's not just one thing. You know, if you use Grubhub, Uber Eats, or Postmates for a pickup order or a delivery order, they're still going to take 30% of that. You see, they're still going to
Mhm.
take 30 to
Mhm.
40% of that, to be honest. And so it's the thing about it is like, okay, so they're charging for the presence, and they're doing their own marketing, and then the restaurants don't really know when these marketing things are coming out. So let's say like a restaurant will say like, oh, if you order, 5 orders from here, the sixth order you get 50% off. The restaurant doesn't know anything about that. Nothing about that. The only people that knows about
So,
that are the
so you're
Uber Eats and Grubhub, the people that posted it. So if you got
okay.
people doing this, ordering 5 times a day, and then you have people getting upset like, I was supposed to get this about a certain amount of money off, I was supposed to get this free for that, and they come up to the restaurant and start complaining. The restaurant will tell you directly, that has nothing to do with us. And you can complain all you want, but it's like, okay, if you're doing this and you see this advertisement or this happening on these different platforms, what you got to understand is like a lot of these platforms, when they come to these getting deals or things on their foods, like, okay, you order 5 times, the 6 orders free. No, the restaurant knows nothing about that. So if you're getting charged when you're at the end of that free order that you're looking for, you're getting charged a fee for service fee or delivery fee. Yeah, the restaurant knew nothing about it. So you're still going to get charged something. And then if you try to come up to the restaurant upset about it, and you say, hey, this is on Grubhub, and you turn your phone around and show it to them, they're gonna look at you like, this isn't Grubhub, this is the restaurant. Okay,
So
so
Nathaniel, this also can affect, like I know some of the black restaurants, uh, even some of the black businesses that I deal with. Okay, I a senior discount. You
mhm,
know, if you're a certain age, they'll give you a discount. Some of the restaurants that I frequent, the clean black cleaners, black owned cleaners I frequent. Um,
mhm.
when a couple of clothing stores I frequent, they automatically give me a discount. And this is something that they, as an establishment, offer. So if I was to order through Grubhub, I might not be able to take advantage of that
Exactly.
on the order.
Because like as you said, if you frequent these places, so they know you, they're aware of you, they're familiar with you, so they know who you are, so they know, okay, she's a regular here.
Right.
I know her, so yeah, give her the senior discount. But here, if you're ordering from Grubhub, Uber Eats, or anything, you're ordering from an online platform, so they would never know that you're a senior or a
Mhm.
frequent visitor of that restaurant. So you
So
would
they're
not get the
so
same
they're
deal.
interfering. So they're
Yeah,
interfering with that relationship that could be
exactly.
established between the customer
Exactly,
and the
exactly, and that's
restaurant,
the
you
thing
know.
about it. When they
Mhm.
could, and that's the
And
thing
so
about
this
it,
is
as you
where you
said,
come
like
in.
we provide that information to
So
them,
this so
to the actual restaurants.
so
It's
you
like when
provide
your
that
name,
information.
if you order something from us, and then we push it through to that restaurant, the restaurant's gonna know, already knows your name, so they'll be able to see that, okay, this is Miss Denise.
Mhm.
Oh wait, yeah, she's ordered from here, she's always a regular here, she started
Mhm.
to deliver now. It's like, yeah, they're gonna remember you,
That's
and like,
right.
okay, yeah, she gets
That's right.
the discount, she gets that senior discount. It's like
She gets the
we
discount off
actually
the top.
provide the customer's information to the restaurant, because that's the whole thing. We want the restaurant to build a customer base and make sure that they build that customer base
Mhm.
firmly and
Mhm.
online, to where they have a good online presence. So if something like that, another pandemic came around, people will still know, oh, wait, no, we can still go straight to the, Harold'sChicken24.com and order this food without no issues. If I see my name up there,
Mhm.
we can see on there,
Mhm.
this person's ordered 4 to 5 times from us. So, okay, this is a reoccurring customer. So yeah, okay, they good. They expect the benefits, so we're gonna give them what they expect. You know, if you get they
And
look for
see
the discount, they know.
what's so beautiful about this, Nathaniel, that it ties into, you're doing what we're doing in terms of, to circulate the dollars in the community. And by you being a smaller entity, because I'm for small businesses, and you got these huge monopolies out here like Amazon Prime and Uber Eats and Grubhub, who know nothing about the people in the community. But there's something about that local base. Then, and I tell people, when you in your community, somehow those dollars come back to you. And this is just a prime example of it right here. Not only, but then drivers, right? How many
Yes.
drivers do you have, or is it just you right now?
Well, right now we have two vehicles. We have multiple drivers, but two vehicles that we have that go from the actual where we are on 75th to that in the 3 mile radius. Well, like what I really want to happen, what I'm really trying to make happen is the drivers that I really want to get is, like the mothers, like somebody that, I drop my kid off from school at 8 and then they got a couple of hours in between. So, hey, let me turn on the Soul Delivery Driver app and then, make a couple of deliveries, and I'm still in the area. So I ain't went far from my house, so I ain't got to worry about, dealing with traffic coming all the way from north side of town after I made a delivery to come back here to pick my kids up from school. No, it's like, yeah, we do a 3 mile radius from 75th Street. 75th and Cream Drive, a 3 mile radius from there. So it goes from 51st to 95th from Western to Stony. So that's a 3 mile radius. That's a big radius. The thing is, that's why 51st.
You said 50th to 95th, and from
then
Western.
That's north from south. East to west, it goes from Western to Stony. So from 51st to 95th, from Western to Stony, it's 3 mile radius around 75th Street right there, 75th and King Drive. So it's like if you have free time in that time, we want you to be a driver. Come in, do this. You got free time dropping off your kids at school, or doing this, that, and the other. You got a couple of hours in between. Log on the app, like, oh, you can go right over here to the hardware store on 67th and, Cottage Grove, and then make a pickup there. Then go right down the street to Jerk 48 right there, literally a block away, and then go up the street to, 63rd or 65th, and then make those drop-offs. You can get 2 deliveries.
So let me ask you now, are you just dealing with restaurants, or are you dealing with other businesses as well? Other types of businesses?
At the moment, it's only restaurants, because we're still in the the testing phase of the delivery part of it. Like the online ordering has been going for a couple of years now, but the delivery part, that's what we're in the testing phase. That is what Soul Delivered is, because we've only the delivery parts. We've only been doing this for a couple of months now. It's like probably about close to 6 months now when we've gotten the delivery up and going. And one of our first, our first customer or our first client was like one of the original Harold's, the Harold's right there on 75th and King Drive. And with them, once we gave them an online presence, they've been making great strides, so the money they made with us giving them an online presence, it's come way up. I'm even looking now, because I'm still looking now, because I'm still pretty sure I'm still on the clock right now with the deliveries, because after I leave my actual job up north, I come down here and then make sure I'll turn the deliveries on from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. myself, while my partner's there during the day. He's taking care of the delivery. So it's like we try to, what we've been doing is we started off with doing the Harold's 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. just to see how the lunch the lunch draw will come. And we got a lunch draw. We actually, from that lunch draw, we end up getting a couple buildings, a couple actual business buildings with multiple buildings inside them for us to be their exclusive delivery service. So it's like these businesses are all way over here, and they're like, okay, people didn't order food because, like, we're not trying to order from Grubhub, man, it's too expensive or something like that. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, okay.
that's one of your major complaints, is the expense, the
Exactly.
cost.
Exactly. So it's like we're trying. What our whole thing is to make sure we take those expenses out, make it easy for you. So it's like if everybody in this building, in this one big building, wants to order from 3 different restaurants or 4 or 5 different restaurants on this one street, hey, that's what we're there for. That's what we really want. We want
So
those
did you
clusters.
find yourself getting a lot of schools, like teachers? Because I know teachers, uh, well,
I would think
they don't
that
get the long lunches that they used to.
I would say when it comes to singular customers, and yes, but getting schools in together, those type of things, we can't just we can't just walk up in a school these days. It's
Hmm.
difficult to just walk up in a school these days and like, hey, my name is so and so, I want to present you guys with this. It's like, nah, with how the world's been these days, it's like, yeah, it's best for someone not to just try to walk up in a school and try to
But I
get
know
something going
a
with that.
lot of teachers, or during lunchtime, they'll order, because they don't have time to go out. It's easier if they just call in their order. It gives them a little longer lunch. So, are and that's going to be based on the restaurant, to know that they can utilize your service. Um, yeah, I know a lot of
That is
teachers order.
That is actually a good idea. And actually, I'm actually writing that down now because it's a good thing to get into. But I'm saying it's like,
Yes. Mhm.
with teachers, yeah, that would be a great thing. But it's like with the thing we really focus on is the clustering. So if you got all these teachers in one school, like I know my son, he attended Dixon Elementary up on 83rd. So it's like I know all those teachers, like they do that. They do the ordering from different restaurants, but that's the thing about it. Makes it a little bit more difficult because, at the time before, well, when school was still in, Soul Deliver, we had just gotten to the testing phase of it. So we were only promoting, in the area, the what's the word that I'm looking for here? Approximate area, I believe. I believe so.
Mhm.
So yeah, we were promoting in the approximate area. But that's actually a good idea right there. I actually did not
Sure,
think of that.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of teachers are ordering, like I said, they get, we used to get an hour lunch or something like this. So it's not quite that long. So if they can order, they order from Grubhub and they bring it in, and the lunch period longer. And so it's just really about the restaurants, and
True.
the them know that they can order from you. So
I
so
think
so
that's
so
more what I got
basically
to
what you're
do.
saying, what's making you unique is the manner in which you're interacting with the businesses in the Black community, and the jobs that you're offering, but definite businesses out,
Yeah,
in terms of their marketing and enhancing their relationship with their customers.
and that's an even bigger part of it when it comes to marketing. It's like when you sign on with Soul Deliver, like Soul Deliver, we have literally 20 plus restaurants signed on to get on with us. The only thing holding us back a little bit, it's not too much, but it's like, where we have to build the systems, build the, systems to be able to integrate for their systems or their POS systems to be able to work with us easily. So that's the only thing that's
Okay.
like probably that will probably be slowing us down. But other than that, it's like we're moving, we're making things happen. Obviously we
Mm.
have plenty of contracts with people that people want to work with us. It's just like, it's the word of mouth that's difficult.
Okay.
Getting that word out, letting them know, hey, we have a delivery service that's literally focused on this area that's focused on the restaurants. Like people ask me, they always ask me, like, okay, you don't care about the customer? No, we care about the customer. That's why we give the customers information, pass the information on to the restaurant so that the restaurant knows
Absolutely.
and can get the customer the information, because if they're
That's
only
right.
finding it out through Uber or Grubhub, when they get on the app, they're only seeing like, oh, okay, you get 50% off of this, but I didn't hear any of that from the restaurant. So I'm like, what? People are kind of confused when it comes down to it.
Okay.
That's the whole thing
Okay.
about Soul Delivered. It's like we're trying to take that confusion out. Anything you need to know,
Okay.
any information about the restaurant, how it got started, any deals they have going on, you can literally go straight to souldelivered.com. You will find that
Okay.
restaurant under us and click on that restaurant. It'll take you directly
Okay.
to that restaurant's website. Not Uber Eats, not Grubhub, not Google. It'll take you straight to that restaurant's website, and you will get every bit of information you need about that restaurant, and you'll be able to order from that restaurant without having to worry about, oh, if you just made a $100 order from that restaurant, then you don't have to worry about $30 going to somebody else just because you clicked the button.
Okay. So, tell me some of the restaurants that you're, affiliated with right now, because you said you have about 20 that you're working on,
We
and
have
you
quite
did
a
mention Harold's Chicken.
Oh yeah. So how would say? Give me a second here. So I would say the biggest one, the number one that we're working with right now, the first one that we're on with this phase, this testing phase of the delivery part of it, is Harold's Chicken number 24. That is the at 407 East 75th Street. That is one of the actual
Okay.
original Harold's in the chicken, one of the original Harold's in the city, still being run by Harold Pierce's, the founder of Harold's, still being run by his family member. So with that one, that was the one we're doing deliveries for right now. We're actually doing deliveries with Brown Sugar Bakery as well, which is right down the street from that Harold's. But a lot of the restaurants we have connected with our website with Soul Delivered, we have Lim's Barbecue, which is one of the most popular places
Oh,
in
wow.
Chicago. We have Lim's Barbecue.
You know
A
how long
new,
Limbs has been there?
yeah, and they've been there for the longest.
They have
And
been there for close to 70 years. I know it's 60 something years that Limbs has been there.
And it's the craziest thing. I actually had Limbs for my first time about a month ago, and I had the JBL special. I'm like, man, I see why it's so popular. Like, I see why. It's like that's our whole thing.
Well, I'm vegan, Nathaniel, so I'm looking for the vegan restaurants,
So you
like
looking for
Soul
vegan, then
Vegetarian.
yeah, exactly. If you looking for vegan, then you right down the street on 75th. And like I said, we got the whole cluster there on 75th. If you looking for vegan, you can go. If you got friends coming to town, oh, I want some good barbecue. Let's stop right here on 75th. I'm at Lim's. Go.
Yep.
I want some vegan stuff. Oh, go a block away. You right there in Soul Veg City.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay.
Soul Veg City still is connected as well with Soul Delivered. The thing is, like all these restaurants, we have the restaurants on the site. Any restaurant you see on the website on souldelivered.com, they're part of Soul Delivered. The only thing is it's taking a little bit of time to get the delivery part set up because there's so many different systems to work with.
Okay.
Implementing our software, implementing our Soul Delivered software to the point where we can see as soon as someone sends this restaurant an order for a delivery, it comes to us. That's what's taking the time because we have to build those. We have to go to each restaurant and actually build those, systems into where they can integrate or, get with each other properly or talk to each other properly without something crashing.
Okay. Well, I think this is a great concept. I think this is a very much needed entity that you have. I'm proud of the fact that you have been willing to break into this market, because a lot of times when you got big companies like Amazon and Grubhub, people don't look at how you can go go against that. But you see the necessity and the importance in it local. Now, I'd like to talk about the business itself. I was reading some information about your company, and you were talking about Superior Chain of Custody, where you were, you were talking about, I would assume, maintaining a certain quality of service, because one of the things that people have a problem with or has been concerns about is, they say 28% of people are drivers are eating some of your, you know. Well, yes, sticking in there and getting, so those French fries are smelling good,
Yeah, literally.
And
Like they
you
pick
might
up the
go
food and like,
start eating one, and then all of a sudden, hey, too many have been taken out. I don't think I'm gonna make this delivery.
exactly. I'm like, this doesn't look like what I paid for. Well, okay, I can get into that for you. About that, the biggest thing is like, yeah, you're right. About when it comes down to it, there was a national poll taken. And yeah, about 28% of drivers literally said that, yeah, they dip their hands in, take a little fry from time to time because, the restaurant's not doing what they need to do in order to protect the person's food. That's what another thing that Soul Deliver is doing is like, okay, so when you put an order in, the restaurant will see this, that, and the other, see the information, and then just, put it in the bag and put it on the shelf. But when it comes to Soul Delivered, that's not what we do. When we get an order, basically when we get an order, the reason why that flyer that you have there with the Soul Delivered on it and the different flyer with the arrows on it, depending on the restaurant, you'll see that Soul Delivered flyer will be on one side of a bag, and then you will see the restaurant's flyer on the other side stapled. Once you see, basically that does not leave the restaurant without that happening. So what it goes to us at that, so what we're doing with the deliveries that we have now, the Harold's number 24 on 75th Street, when they get a delivery order in, we've been working with them to get this perfected. When they get a delivery order in, it will basically, the cashier will take the order, send it back, and then once the order is ready, she will literally take the order, put it in a brown bag, fold that bag, staple it, staple their, if it's the restaurant, it'll staple their restaurant flyer to it. And then when the Soul Delivered driver comes to pick it up, the Soul Delivered driver then takes that bag, staples the Soul Delivered flyer to the other side. That shows that, okay, when it gets to you, once they staple it to the other side, that Soul Delivered driver takes that bag and puts it inside a what do you call it? Temper-proof bag or temperature.
Yeah, it keeps
bag.
it warm.
Keeps it warm or cold. So
Or
as soon as it exactly, so you'll get the Soul Delivered driver gets the bag from the restaurant stapled with the flyer on it. And then once the Soul Delivered driver gets the bag, the Soul Delivered driver staples a Soul Delivered bag on the other side. So that is the one proof, the biggest deed there. Nobody has stuck their hands in his bag at all. You can see, because if you see anything when it comes down to any order that you get from Grubhub, Uber Eats, anything, if it's stapled and you see it, they brought it to you with like one of the staples cracked open, then yeah, they done stuck their hand in there.
So do your drivers get any special kind of training? Did you work with them with any kind of special
drivers,
training?
Well, the good thing about it is our offices being right there on 75th Street, all our drivers are close. So if there's any issues or anything going on with our drivers, we can handle it instantly. It'll be taken care of there instantly. And what our drivers get, what we do with our drivers, we make sure it's like, hey, if you don't want to sit in your car all day, or if you don't want to sit at home all day, I understand, like we said, we want those people that have families that have a little bit of time to be able to make it happen. So I'm like, okay, you dropped off two kids at school or something like that, and you got one with you. we're not going to stop you from coming to the office. And I'm like, our offices are open, so we know we're going to be getting deliveries coming like that. So we're not, if you're willing to bring, someone with you, you want, or if you have a kid with you that you have an hour to do something, you want to make some money in within an hour, hey, we're not going to stop you from
Mhm.
driving, making a pickup and delivery with your kid in the car, because we know that's what we want. You're local, so you're doing what you have to do as a local person. It's like
Well,
you're
that's real talk, because I know I have ridden with Uber drivers and women, and I ask them, you like doing this? What do you think about this? And I hear that frequently. This is great for me because, like you say, I can drop my kids off at school, go take care of these things, and then I can make this little money, and I can stop, and I have, most important, control over my time.
exactly.
I have some control over my time and my destiny and my and I'm able to be available, to my family, as opposed
Exactly.
to when you're working on a job and they're like, no, you got to be here from this time to that time. You belong to us, and your
Exactly.
family.
That's where we're
So
like,
real talk.
you don't have to exactly, you don't have to worry about saying, like, if you get a call from your kid's school or if you get a call from anywhere, like, hey, even if you're not a mom or a parent and you're driving for us, if you get a call, an emergency call from anywhere, you make your own hours. That's what it is. Like,
Okay.
literally, like with all these platforms, you can make your own hours, but when it comes down to it, with the other platforms, you have to do a certain amount of time. So delivery, you don't have
Okay.
to do that. You can literally, like, hey, I just did this. I'm coming from up north, and I know when I get here on the Dan Ryan at 63rd, I'll turn on the app, and it's like, let me see if I can make a couple of pickups and deliveries before I
Sure.
get home.
Sure.
We're
Sure.
not gonna we're
Sure.
not controlling your time, as long as you
Mm-hmm.
as long as you if you accept the delivery or if you accept the pickup, do what you said you were gonna do. That's it.
Okay.
you know
Okay.
you control your own time, you make your own money. That's what we want you to be able to do. Feel free, feel comfortable. And then I don't even know how else to explain it from there. It's like, yeah, you
Yeah,
have your
no, I
time.
mean, I get you. I get you. It is. It's real. And I think this whole COVID has given people an opportunity to see, that there's another way I can exist,
Very
as
true.
opposed to, clocking on a job. I mean, that's okay for some
That is.
at different points in your life. You may want to do something different. But listen, let's talk a little bit about you. I'd like to know a little bit about Nathaniel. Are you from Chicago, and what inspired you? How did you get into this, Nathaniel?
Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah.
Me myself. Oh, to know about Nate. No, no, Nate himself. I am not from Chicago at all. I've been living here. Let's see. My first time coming here was in 2009, December 2009. That was
Mm-hmm.
my sophomore year. My sophomore year of college at Fisk University, actually. And at that
Okay.
time, the reason I come here because, like, I was dating someone and it was a really great relationship. And actually, a year later, we ended up having my son. Well, that is what actually brought me to Chicago. I came to visit in 2009. Um, a year later, I had July of 2010, my son was born, and I was living in Chicago at that time because once I found out that I was having a kid, I was like, yeah, I just uprooted my entire life. Like, literally, I'm like, oh, my son's mom did not like
That is
Nashville at all.
wonderful. I mean, come on. How many guys out here
They're like,
think
oh, you
like
don't.
Nathaniel?
That's literally what I did. Like, my son's mom hated Nashville. She went to Fisk University, but she hated Nashville. But I
Okay.
and once I realized that, I'm like, yeah, okay. So I uprooted my entire life and moved here to Chicago. Had my son a year later, and then I think in 2011 I had a family member passed from cancer, which brought me back to Nashville. And then when I got back to Nashville, I just got to the point, I was like, yo, wait. I went back to campus on Fisk and they said, you know, you have $15,000 just sitting on an account right now. I'm like, oh, okay. What can I do with that? And are you trying to re-enroll? Yes. Let me finish. Because remember, I left it by the second semester of my sophomore year. So when I was saying, like, I always wanted to finish business administration with a concentration in business management. And also my minor was computer engineering. So yeah, I was a duo major.
Okay. So that explains how you got this place.
Yeah, that goes
to this space.
Definitely goes in a great sense. Got the business major going, and then being able to build the codes myself is like, okay, yeah, it works out very well for myself. But from there, it's like, you know, after I, you know, we decided to go back to Fisk in 2013. I graduated December 2013, and then literally a week after that, I was on the phone with my son's mom, like, yeah, I'm done with school. I'm coming back. I told you once I'm done with school, I'm back up in Chicago. Again, uprooted my entire life. And moved here to Chicago. Stayed with my son's mom and her mom for a while, and pretty much just built myself up. Was working random jobs until I was able to use my degree to get to where I wanted to be with a good job and be stable. And once I was able to get stable, that's when I was able to, you know, have a stable place for more than a couple years. I was stable at one place for like 5 years. And when I was there, it was just, I was working the jobs, making as much money as I could at that time. And at the same time, also, you know, showing my son that's like, yo, hey kid, like, yeah, you spoiled as hell, but hey, daddy's working for that stuff.
That's right.
Daddy's working to get you that sort of stuff that you get. So it's like my son understands. That's what I love about it. My son understands, like today I came in from work today, and literally as soon as I got in, I laid out on the bed. 30 minutes later, my son's coming in, putting the blanket over me and thinking I'm going to sleep. I'm like, no, Daddy's just tired, just laying down for a little, you know, 10-minute nap or something. But it's the fact that, you know, seeing stuff like that is I'm able to see it's like, okay, I'm doing something for my son to be. He's sympathetic and empathetic. He sees that daddy's working. He sees like daddy's tired. So he knows like, you know, he's not going to do no, oh, daddy, I want this, I want that. No, he's let my dad rest. That's what I love about it.
Okay. That's wonderful. That's beautiful. And that you taking time and like we said earlier about being that role model, you know, because there's been so many people that have come on this podcast and, you know, especially men whose fathers owned the store, like Wesley Shoe Store in Hyde Park. You know, his father owned the store. And I've heard this story, you know, over and over again. And he watched his dad. At some point, he worked with his dad, and his dad created a wonderful shoe store. And now he's continuing. And it's a great shoe store over in Hyde Park, Wesley's. And he started, you know, watching his dad as he was coming up. And I give all of the accolades to you as a father, you know, being there for your son, you know, and I can see that that's very important to you. So people talking about Black men, don't do that, because we have a lot of Nathaniel Davidsons out here.
Literally, I'm everywhere. You just got, you know, you got to find the right person. You know?
Absolutely. So, what are your plans now for the future with your organization? Because you're, like I said, you're breaking into a you know, conglomerate with the Amazon Prime and Grubhub and Uber Eats and all of them.
Well,
and so,
if anything,
what are your future plans?
The long-term plans, when it comes down to it, is that we are, Chatham's answer, Chatham's answer to Amazon Prime. Because the fact is,
Okay.
like what I just said, how we break it down, there are 596 restaurants here. Those are just restaurants. So just think about all the other businesses here. We don't want to, like, we starting with restaurants. We want to branch into the retail. The little corner store right here on, 67 on Eberhard and 67th and Eberhard, the little Clark store right there. Somebody wants to order something from that little Clark gas station, we'll be the people that, like, as soon as someone we'll be the people to go pick it up and take it to them. With that 2 hour to 1 hour, not even that. We want to be a smaller amount of time than an hour. And it's like we want to be Chatham's answer to Amazon. If you need anything delivered, food, you want somebody to pick something up from Walmart, get some clothes, you want somebody to get a bike from you from Walmart and deliver it to you for your son's birthday to surprise them right then and there. Yeah, we want to be that. We'll provide that to you without taking, your profits. That's just how it goes. It's like if it did come down to it and you ordered a bike from Walmart, a $200 bike, if you got it from one of these other delivery services, you're going to be paying a fee of nearly $50. Now,
that's right.
So deliver, we're going to charge you one flat fee.
Somebody else out, and you're helping someone else out in the community, and those dollars that they make and they spend, go back into the community. And it kind of reminds me, when I was a kid, we had what they call jitney cabs. But those were people who had cars, and they, you could call the jitney. They would come and pick you up and take you wherever you needed to go, because we had cabs. They didn't want to pick up Black people. You'd be waving up, trying to get a cab downtown, and they passing you up and all of this. So we had our own little cab service. And the nice thing about that is you get to know people. You get to know people. You'll become over time. That's something too. You don't have a stranger coming to your house, dropping something off and run away. Absolutely. So this is a beautiful thing. So listen, I'm gonna bring Doris on in a minute because she's gonna tell who our winner of our book giveaway is. We give a book. We have our bookstore featured this month is Afriware, and the book that we're giving away is about Tulsa, Oklahoma. I know you're familiar with that. This is So Delivered, right? And so we are definitely going to be supporting you. I want you to get with Majani's. Majani's is on 7. Doris, I'm gonna be on here in a second, so I hope she's ready.
We have them. We have them on SoulDeliver.com.
Are you at Majani's?
We have them on SoulDeliver.com. We're just getting into the delivery part. We're still working into the delivery parts right now. As I said, it's taking a minute. It's taking a little bit because we have to definitely build different things in order. But we have them as on the presence on SoulDeliver.com. But the delivery portion of it, we're still working into that.
Okay, so that's how people can order to SoulDeliver.com, and then they restaurants you're affiliated
exactly
with, right?
If you go to SoulDeliver.com, you'll see each restaurant that we have. We given a presence to, and once you click on that restaurant, you go straight to their website and order food from there. And that way, you're not paying any external partner fees, and the restaurant is making their money. So every bit of money that you put toward that order, the restaurant's going to make it if you go directly to the website.
Okay, great. Okay.
Hi, Miss Doris. How are you doing?
I'm doing
all right,
fine.
Doris.
I really enjoyed this interview.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I didn't know.
You have all this big a lot of competition with these big corporations.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I want to ask you, and you may have already answered it. What makes you so uniquely different from Grub House and Amazon and
What
all
he
these
that's
other.
what he explained, Doris, when he was talking about uh, the difference between what he offers for
Mhm.
the restaurants and how the restaurants are going to be able to connect more with their customers, and
Okay.
the
Yes,
information that he's going to be giving restaurants is what was
we
most
actually
unique
provide
about.
we pro-
Okay.
exactly we provide the actual customers information to the restaurant,
Okay.
like any other platform that you
Right,
have
that's
that
what
you're
he.
ordering food from or ordering anything else from. You're
Mhm.
not going to get that information from them, because the only thing you're going to see from them is that, okay, this name and this is what they ordered. But when you go through Sold Delivered, you're going to see their name,
Right,
their phone number, the email address, and how many times they order, if they've been a recurring customer. Like
Okay.
with any other platform, you would never know
right,
that. So you would never know, okay, this person's been ordered from us 50 times. And
Okay.
so as a restaurant, and you see that's a good customer, you probably want to send them out a nice little promotion. Hey,
Mhm.
10% off this
Mhm.
weekend. You'll
right.
let them know. You're able to send them an email blast or some kind of notification to let them know that, okay, a recurring customers, good customers here, we're going to let you know this is what we have going on for the week. This is the promotion that we have going on for the week or the weekend. But
Okay.
with Uber Eats and Grubhub and all that, that's not what you're getting. If you see a promotion on there from
Yeah, they
them,
don't
that's
do that.
only them. The restaurant does not know about it.
Mhm.
That's the thing about it. Only they put that up there just for the simple fact is, okay, we want more people ordering food. So we're gonna do, hey, if you order this amount, you're gonna get half off from this restaurant. So you order this amount and get half off from that restaurant, but then you see you still got charged the full amount, and you go up to that restaurant thinking like, yo, I ordered this from Uber Eats with this group with this deal, and you're like, the restaurant look at you like, that wasn't our deal. They
Okay.
did that themselves. They didn't let us know anything about that because they don't do that.
Well, you know what? We've got to have you back because we're going to push this. I think it's fantastic that you had the concept to get into this business because there's a need for us. So we've got to take back this money from everybody else. And I love the story about your son and your son's mother. But as your elder, I'm going to say this, and I know you've heard it. Behind every successful black man, there is a black woman. So you got to tie this knot now with this sister, okay?
Oh
And then,
no, we're not in a bad place. We're good as parents. We co-parent very
but
well. Like my
but are you married? Are you married? I'm
no,
pushing marriage.
no, no,
I
no.
want
We're
to
not
see that,
married.
and
We're
then
not
invite
married.
us to the wedding. Okay. That being said, I will, I will give the name of the person
Okay,
on the book of
Doris.
the month. Well, elders have to do what we think we need to do. But anyway, the person who won the book for this month is Debbie Davis. Debbie is one of our biggest supporters, and
Yeah, baby.
Debbie is the winner of this book for the month. And the name of the book, Denise, is Denise. Can she hear
Black
me?
Wall
Denise,
Street
can you hear me?
by
Okay.
Hannah.
Black Wall Street by whom?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
You
me?
can. You're breaking up. So it's Black Wall Street by
Okay,
Hannah.
Black Wall Street by Hannah.
You broke up again too.
Okay, hold
Yeah,
up.
you
Let
broke up.
me
You broke
see
up.
what's
You
going on
breaking
here.
up when you saying Hannah. As soon as you
Okay, let
say
me
Hannah,
see
it
what's
breaks off.
Yeah.
happening. Okay. Um, okay. That's Black Wall Street by Hannibal.
Okay, Black Wall Street by Hannibal. I've read the book twice. It's
Uh-huh.
a fantastic book. Nathaniel,
Right.
pick it up. It really
That's by Hannibal Johnson. And it
Hannibal.
chronicles what happened with the Tulsa, Oklahoma, and how through
Hmm.
legal separation they developed this town. You had black people from all over America coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they just created this mechanism they burned down, and then back in the 40s they started to back up again. But then as we went through our road through the 60s and the 70s and the 80s with integration, they started to lose ground, you know. But today there has been a resurgence of Utah and you know, building up the town. So what's her name again, Doris?
I didn't get the first name you said,
Yeah.
Hannibal. I didn't get the last name.
Doris can't hear
Hannibal
me.
Davis.
What is her name again?
Oh, Debbie Davis. That's the
Hannibal
winner.
Johnson.
Debbie, are you asking for the name of the winner?
Okay, Debbie Davis.
Debbie
No,
Davis.
I thought
Debbie
you
Davis.
were asking me for the author. Okay.
I was.
All right.
was
So
asking.
congratulations, Debbie. Yeah, congratulations, Debbie. So thank you, Doris.
It's a,
Debbie.
it's a great book.
Thank
Everybody
you,
should pick it up.
Nathaniel. How can people find out about your business again?
What we have going right now, you can check out souldelivered.com, SOULDELIVERED.com, to check out all the restaurants that we have, giving an online presence too, so that you can order online for. And then if anything for our deliveries, you can give the biggest one I have going is Harold'sChicken24.com. After 39 years in the city of Chicago on the South Side, they're finally started delivering, and they're using us with Soul Delivered. So yeah, Harold'sChicken24.com.
You gotta come back, Nathaniel. You gotta
Oh, I
come back.
definitely will. Please
Here's your
invite me
flyer.
back. I love it.
Okay, we
I
will.
love
Thank
it.
you for
Please invite me back. Thank you, ladies. I hope you all have a good night.
Amen.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Congratulations, Debbie. All right.
Okay, that was a good show.